It is 12:35. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Slam Media with me, Mari Mukwanda. So, for those of you who may not know what the Fourth Industrial Revolution is, I'd like you to sit back and relax and listen attentively to the next interview. We're going to be talking a little about the book Innovate the Next by author and entrepreneur Tiisetso Maloma, but also about the Fourth Industrial Revolution and what are the impacts of it and how can you get involved in the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So joining me is the author of the book Innovate the Next, as well as many other books, Tiisetso Maloma. Good day, Tiisetso. Thank you for joining me.
A good day there, Miriam. It's been 2 minutes. Good to see you.
Yes.
Afternoon to it's afternoon. Yeah, afternoon to your listeners, viewers. Yeah.
I hope you're having a wonderful day. Following
I
COVID
am.
protocols and everything that the government set up for us.
I'm having a good one. I just came from a jog, so it's all good.
All right, awesome. So, for
Mhm.
those of us, for those who may not know what the Fourth Industrial Revolution is, can you please give a brief explanation?
Okay. So I like explaining it in the following way because what I realized that like sort of the official definition, it's more of it gets people into a creme mode. So it's this. Look, as human beings, we are forever. We've been gifted with this brain, and the brain can innovate. It can make chairs to aeroplanes, aeroplanes to internet, all these things. So as the definitions, sorry, as a it's fourth industrial revolution, meaning there was first, second, third, and fourth. So it's just capturing an era. So the first industrial revolution happened in that there were those innovations. The second happened, there were those innovations. The third happened. It was called, I think, the digital revolution. And then now we are in this way. So how it builds up is. Let's give an example. The internet was created. The technology for the internet, the tinkering started like in the 60s. In the 90s, it happened that World Wide Web was made, so anyone with a computer could access the internet. And on top of that, things have been added, like internet banking, all this other social media, all this. So fourth industrial revolution, in a sense, is just innovation going forward, and innovation builds on top of innovation. Like, so when you innovate, you're taking one thing and combining it with another, and then you're making something of more utility. Like internet banking, it's a mixture of internet and banking. Banking has been there for many years, and then, like I said, internet started really around the 60s. So it's just in the simplistic sense, it's just humans doing what they do best, which is innovating. And when you innovating, you're combining what already exists to create something that doesn't yet exist. It's said that it comprises of 5G, autonomous vehicles, 3D printing. All those things are possible because of the previous innovations, and then in this sense we just recombining them for another purpose.
hmm I think when
Yeah.
people listen or hear the word Fourth Industrial Revolution, people tend to get a little bit
Hmm.
shell shocked. People tend to get a bit
Yeah.
worried, like, okay, what's going to happen to us in the Fourth Industrial Revolution? It sounds like it's the end of
Hmm.
the world. But why should ordinary people know about the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and how will it affect us?
Look, essentially, when we say, again, back to the first industrial revolution, what it meant is that new industries were developed. There was a mode of transport in terms of electricity powered or electricity generating ships. And now, again, the second also enabled many other things to be possible, so meaning we are sort of industrializing. The third also involved it's called a digital innovation. Now, like we chatting here on a social media. 20 years ago, these things were not there. So
Mm-hmm.
industry revolves around innovation. So what the reason you should know about the industrial revolution or this fourth industrial revolution is that it's new ways of doing things. It's new ways of how the world operates, how industry operates, how value is given to people, to society, to customers. So to get a job, all jobs in some sense, or to do anything really in today's world, you have to incorporate today's innovations, because now you've got a phone, you can do internet banking. That's when you've got internet banking on your phone, that's really more, in a sense, sort of fourth, although it doesn't fall under fourth industrial revolution, but it's an industrial, it was enabled by industrial revolution. Perhaps maybe something more for fourth industrial revolution. It's 5G internet network. So whatever you're doing on your phone, you've got now. I think in South Africa we still have relatively. It's more of 4G, and then those who have 5G, eventually all of us will be using 5G, and maybe some days 6G will be created. All these possibilities of being able to stream a movie in your home through the internet. It's really what's happening with the fourth industrial revolution. So at some point at work, whatever you're doing in life, whether it's at home, it's for social purposes at work, somehow you'll be forced to use the utility of the day, which is really, innovation adds utility to people. So fourth, fifth industrial revolution so it just means better utility.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yeah.
you did write two books about the
Mm-hmm.
fourth industrial revolution. Tell us about them. What does it address, and how does it address the issue of the fourth industrial revolution?
So let me start with this. The sixth one is called "Understanding the Fourth Industrial Revolution and Innovation Easily." I think I've been an entrepreneur for over 10 years now, and I've always been, searching, or rather researching about the innovation. And then when sort of, the talk of fourth industrial revolution I started, I was sort of researching just to understand what's going on. So I was writing a bunch of essays. I've actually written a lot of essays around that, just to understand. And then one day I was sitting like, maybe let me release some of these articles into a book. So that book is a collection of essays where I, unpack what the fourth industrial revolution is, more so maybe for the ordinary person of just understanding it. Again, I contextualize it in a South African sense. I say this is really the first time that South Africa is experiencing an industrial revolution as a free and democratic country. So, the good thing about innovation is that it adds convenience. Like I gave the example of internet banking. Instead of going to the bank, you can just do your banking at home. That's what innovation does. It adds that convenience. So that book's just really, showing people the conveniences of what industrial revolution brings, and just making it the normal person understand it. The other one is innovate the next. That's the one you sort of introduced there at the beginning. So this one
Mm-hmm.
is more so for, it's a bit technical. It's more so for entrepreneurs and people in corporate who want to understand how they can apply the fourth industrial revolution. It's more so a book of exemplifying how innovation evolves, because innovation, it's an evolution. So I'm showing them different frameworks of how it evolves, and then if you understand those frameworks, you would understand how maybe you can innovate the next coming thing. Like for example, innovation it's really tied to our biology, in that
Mm-hmm.
really for innovation has to work. um, um, it has to meet our behavioral inclination. Maybe let me just think of a quick example. um, take for example sugar. So the biology says that we evolved to like sugar because sugar's got it's got glucose, and then glucose sort of gives us energy. So our sort of in our past life, we were consuming sugar, and then somehow someone innovated the processing of sugar from like sugar in essence. Think of it in a fruit. Someone innovated of processing sugar, meaning in a sense they were making artificial sugar. So that's also an innovation. That's a human capability that taking something that comes from biology and then they are processing it. And then we evolved a taste for sugar, and then now we are able to consume processed sugar, which it's served in most of foods today, cake and all this other all sorts of foods. So that's an innovation process. So we consume sugary products because it's a mimicking what biology gave us, what nature gave to us. So in a sense, there I'm saying these products are successful because they mimic something that biologically applies to us.
Well, the same way
Yeah.
that they have managed to make artificial sugars, they've also managed to make a healthier version of sugars. But
Yes.
do
Yes.
stay with us. So we're going to take a quick
Uh-huh.
break and we'll continue thereafter.
All right. Thank you.
And with the Al Imdad Foundation's Daily Sadaqah program, donate as little as R1 a day for a month for each member of your family, up to any specified amount, and receive monthly feedback on where your contributions have made a difference. Visit alimdad.com and download your Daily Sadaqah debit order form or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Africa. As the crisis in Palestine continues, the Africa Muslims Agency teams are on the ground facilitating emergency food and medical assistance to the affected families. Donate 15,000 rand or any amount and help the people of Palestine. Call AMA now on 083-251-9376 or donate online at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
These are the days of Eid. Make takbir wherever you are. These are the days of Eid, Allah.
Add a sprinkling of sparkles to your magical parties and special occasions with colorful party supplies and awesome helium balloons. Celebrate Eid al-Adha in style with our stunning range of decorations, disposable tableware, meat bags and tags, Ziploc and self-sealing bags, refuse bags, polystyrene and foil trays, pallet wrap, Econo wraps, buff and clear tape. Eid al-Adha essentials galore. Be sparkled by our wide range of baking ingredients, baking tools and bakeware. Stunning edible cake deco for Eid al-Adha. Sprinkles and Sparkles Party Shop. You want it all. Open Monday to Sunday. Visit us at 431 Inanda Road, Parlock, Durban, South Africa. Call 031-577-0604. Follow us on Instagram at Sprink and Spark and Facebook at Sprinkles and Sparkles.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
It is 12:49. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mari Mukwanda, and we are talking about the fourth industrial revolution with the Tiisetso Maloma, author and entrepreneur, and We're also going through his books, Understanding the Fourth Industrial Revolution and Innovation Easily, as well as Innovator, the next Tiisetso. Thank you for staying on the line. Now, previously, in the past few weeks, we saw the unrest that
Pleasure.
happened in KwaZulu-Natal as well as in Gauteng. In your opinion, do you think innovation can help address the problems that we face as a country? You know, the problems of unemployment, the problems of poverty, the problems of hunger that eventually lead to things like looting?
Yeah. Look, essentially, innovation makes. So I've got this phrase I like saying that is the easiest and cheapest time in history to be an entrepreneur and an innovator. For work to be created, it means some entrepreneurial or innovative value must be made. So today it's cheap actually to really do become an entrepreneur. I'll give an example. Maybe I used to be in the clothing business, and I remember we used to get quotations to try and make shoes and clothes and all these things. So roughly around 8-9 years ago, to make shoes, you had to fork out like you have to pay for like a minimum of 1,000 units, right? And give you example. Maybe you want to make a pair of shoes. So a pair, say it's $50. So you'd need to make. I'm getting my calculator out here. So for example, you need $50 to really to make that pair, and then it's 1,000. So it's 50,000. So not everyone really has 50,000. But in today's days, because of innovation, new manufacturing equipment have been made that allow the manufacturing of smaller units. And again, because of competition, or even those machines have reduced in price. I'll give a reason why. So, for example, today, maybe to make, if you want to make shoes, you're no longer required to make 1,000 units. You'll be required maybe to make like 100 units. So, imagine the difference: 5,000 that you'd pay today, and then 10 years ago you'd need to pay 50,000. So it breaks the barrier to entry quite cheap. Maybe again to explain that example why machinery has gotten cheaper. Like think maybe around 2009, I had like a GPS which I bought for around 1,005. I had a phone which I bought around for 3,000. I had a camera which I bought for around 1.5. So when you add those things together, they tally to
I think we've just lost Tiisetso. Tiisetso, if you're there, can you try? Okay, I don't know if
did
you
you
can
lose
try
me there?
moving around a bit, but the connection there was
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
all right.
got it back.
Okay.
Right, you were
All right.
giving
Super.
us some figures there.
Yeah, I was giving you some figures that years ago you'd have to have a phone. Oops, can you hear me there?
Yes, I can hear you. I think the line is just breaking up, but you can continue.
Okay, all right. And then I was just saying, yeah, no. Okay, all right. I was saying that years ago, you need to have maybe 10 years ago, you need to have a GPS, you need to have a phone, you need to have a laptop, you needed to have maybe a camera. All those things individually cost like a bit of. Today, for a phone that costs 1,500 rand, you can have all those. It's what I'm saying is that it's cheaper. Technology has gotten more agile, it's gotten smaller. It even applies to the example I was giving about today. If you want to make shoes, you're no longer required to do like thousands of units. It's just maybe 50 units, because that machinery also has gotten smaller. So in a sense, it is the cheapest and really way create jobs if we create, entrepreneurial, rather innovative products that really, people can see the value in them. So,
and also how people sell their products. I mean, we have
it is easier. That's how it will be created by entrepreneurial pursuits, and it's deeper into these days.
and also
Yes.
ways to do business have become much simpler compared to how it was back then. I mean, now we have social media to help us with our
I think I
advertising,
lost you there.
selling of products. We have drop shipping where you don't have to keep the actual products. You just order and pay and send them to your customers straight away. You can make money while you sleep. We have platforms for that, like drop shipping is one of them. So how can we create our own opportunities, and what should government do to help?
Yeah.
Just I think the network is quite slow there for Tiisetso, which is causing a delay on his end. So, yeah, because of the delay, unfortunately, it's making us look like we're not like we might have been on pause, but we are not. So we are talking about the Industrial Revolution and how we can. And how ordinary people like you and I can take advantage of the Industrial Revolution, the fourth Industrial Revolution, rather, why it's important. I mean, looking back not 10, but maybe 20 years ago, we didn't have the technology that we have today at the moment, where we'd have to sit with a regular phone or house phone even. We'd had to sit with a computer, not even a laptop, but a desktop computer. We had to sit with a camera. And now we have everything in one, and we are able to broadcast in ways like this year just because of innovation and the fourth industrial revolution. So it's necessary, it's needed. You need to keep up with the times, and don't be afraid. I know you might be thinking that robots will be made, and you're not sure what's going to happen if the robots are going to start taking over us. If you're going to don't worry about yourself. Don't worry yourself too much about that. It is what it is, and let us just live with the current times that we are living in at the moment and take advantage of the opportunities that we have. And if there aren't any opportunities, create them. You can. So we're going to end the interview over there with Tiisetso because unfortunately the line was not great, and phone lines as well is not great. It is already 12:58, so let me love and leave you guys. Do make sure to join me tomorrow once again. And if you would like a copy of Tiisetso's books, you can send us a message to our WhatsApp line or comment. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll get Tiisetso to follow up with that. The books is Understanding the Fourth Industrial Revolution and Innovation Easily, as well as Innovate the Next. Those are the titles of the books. And he also had, is it the township economy? Yes, where he spoke about the township economy and what we can do to boost the township economy. So let me love and leave you guys until tomorrow, same time, same place, 11 to 1, right here on Salam Media. From myself, Mara Mukwanda, and the rest of the team. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.